right. So let's get started. My name is Shona, and it's 4:30 yoga class. I provided some links in the description if you'd like to donate to today's class. And today's class is about the third Yama, which is ASTEYA, or non-stealing. But I'd like to just start with a little bit of breathing to get us centered on our mats for today's practice before we go into some theory about ASTEYA. So find yourself in a comfortable position, whether that's sitting in a chair or on the floor. And we'll start with double breath with tension. So that's in twice through the nose and hold at the top, and then out twice through the mouth and hold at the bottom. So when you're ready, in twice. Tense everything up to your center. And out through the mouth. Let it all go. 2 more times. Release. And in and tense. And let it all go. All right, so let's talk a little bit about ASTEYA before we start our asana practice. So ASTEYA again means non-stealing or non-coveting. So coveting means that you're yearning to have something and that you feel like you don't have enough. So some examples of ASTEYA in everyday life is the classic example is stealing something from another person. Stealing from something from a store, and you might say, okay, like we're all pretty on board with that. You don't want to steal something from another because that creates some negativity and some negative karma. But it's also, you can also think of it in different ways. So you can think of it towards yourself, stealing from yourself. And I'll give just one example for yourself and for others. For yourself, it could be that when you eat something really unhealthy, when you make that choice, you are stealing from the joy of being healthy. You're stealing that away from yourself. And another example of maybe stealing from others is showing up late to a yoga class over and over and over again, or where you're stealing somebody else's time. And the third example is stealing from the environment. So when you overuse resources, or you use a non-renewable coffee cup that takes hundreds of years to decompose. So there's lots of examples where humans steal from the environment and don't give back. So I also, before we get started on our asana practice, I want to read you the sutra on ASTEYA and the Yoga Sutras, because this is not information coming from me. This is information coming from thousands of years old and from ancient wisdom and teachers. And that's another aspect of ASTEYA is not stealing from others' information and knowledge. And I always like to remind myself and share to others that none of this information is my own, and I learned this from ancient teachings, and I always try to acknowledge all of the teachers in my life that have taught me these things. So from this book, BKS Iyengar, Light on the Yoga Sutras, the sutra reads ASTEYA pratishtayam sarvarantnopasthanam. Of course, my Sanskrit is not great, but the translation to this is, when abstention from stealing is firmly established, precious jewels come. Upon the man who does not take what does not belong to him, all riches are showered. Being without desire, he effortlessly attracts what is precious, materially and figuratively, including the gem of all jewels, virtue. Okay, so we're going to work on balancing the front and the back side of the body so that we feel balanced in our center and feel that we have what we need. So let's start with a breathing practice. Begin to notice your breath. Normal inhale and normal exhale. So we're going to do a few breaths where we're going to hold the breath at the top, where we feel the full place, where we feel full. So we're going to breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 7, and out for 8 counts. So you can breathe along with me. So in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and again, 2, 3, 4, and hold, and feel that full place. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. In, and hold, and feel that fullness of having enough air. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And we'll just take a normal breath and let it all go. All right. So let's start on our backs. And just begin with your arms out to the side, legs 90-90. We're just going to rock side to side. You can start small, maybe get a little bigger. Taking some deep breaths. Good, and then you can start to rock forward and back. Just feeling each vertebrae as it rolls from your sacrum to the top of your spine. Good. And we'll roll all the way up to all fours for cat-cow. Okay. So you have your hands right under your shoulders, knees right under your hips. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round. Here we're just beginning to open the front side of your body and then the back side of your body. We want to bring balance front and back so we can feel centered. Because it's when we feel out of balance that we start grabbing at things outside of ourselves to pull us back into balance, and when we can start stealing from external sources. So we're bringing balance so we can feel centered from the inside. Good. And we're going to move into moving cat-cow. So as you exhale, round, sacrum comes to your heels. Inhale, pull your chest forward. Inhale, arch as you pull forward. Exhale, round. Keep going. I'm going to move this caterpillar that is on my foot. Okay, and meet me in a wide knees child's pose. Bring your hips back to your heels. Reach your chest down towards the floor. Feel your arms reaching out strongly as your hips reach in the opposite direction back towards your heels. Good, and we'll come up to sit on your heels. And let's reach your hands back and lift your chest. Draw your shoulders down and back. And come forward one more time for child's pose. Okay, and we'll come back to all fours. We'll move into bird dog. So reach your right arm forward, left foot back, and hold. Draw your tailbone down toward your heel so you feel your core engage. And switch. Left arm forward, right foot back. Feel your balance as you ground down through your right hand, your left knee. Good, and back to center. And we'll meet back in child's pose. And we'll come back up and flow into our little back bend to open the front side of your body. And back to all fours. Okay, so we're going to lift your right arm, left leg again, but now bend your left knee as you look up. Just give a little more back bend here. And then exhale, bring your left knee to your right elbow and round. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, arching. Exhale, round. And switch. Left arm, right leg. Arch as you inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale to child's pose. Okay, and we're going to come into our first downward facing dog. Plant your hands, tuck your toes, lift your hips up high. Let's raise your heels, so come up really high on your toes. Bend your knees slightly to bring your chest towards your thighs. And then bring your heels back down. Really feel that nice opening behind your knees. Feel the length through your side body, from your armpits to your pelvis. Okay, and we'll go into a lunge here. So bring your right leg up and swing it forward to between your hands. Warm up here, so again, just rocking forward and back. Feel that nice opening in the front of your left hip. Lift your chest slightly. Good, and then we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Now lift your left leg straight up and bring it in between your hands. And we'll warm up our left-sided lunge. Really opening through the front of your right hip flexor. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Feel your navel drop back towards your spine. Okay, and we're going to come down to your stomach for a moving cobra. All the way down. Place your hands right underneath your shoulders. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. Good, and we'll lift on your inhale and exhale, release. We're going to do 10 breaths. Draw your tailbone down towards your heels to bring nice length to your lumbar spine. You might even feel how that engages your core just by tucking your tailbone a little bit down towards your heels. Legs are strong, reaching back. Good. And come all the way down and rest your head to one side. And you can bring your arms down to your side. Okay, we'll do moving grasshopper. So let's clasp our hands behind our backs. And we're going to lift everything up. Head, chest, legs, and down 10 times. Inhaling up. Exhale down. So feel how we're engaging your back muscles in order to open your front of the body. Neck is in line with your spine. Once you've done 10, go ahead and turn your head to the other side and rest. Okay, let's press back into a little child's pose. Opening the back side of the body again. And we'll flow into our little back bend here. Inhaling, lift your chest. One more breath. Good, and come forward into your downward facing dog. And then we're going to walk forward so your feet are right between both of your hands. Just hang here. Let's widen your feet a little bit and clasp your elbows. You can just rock side to side. Really nice pose to open up your entire back side of your body. Good. Walk your feet together a little bit. And we'll roll up vertebrae by vertebrae to stand. experience your Tadasana here. So spread your toes, ground your heels, and all four corners of your feet down. Drop your tailbone slightly. Spread your collarbones. Just feel the grounding of your feet into the floor and the energy of the earth coming back up to meet you. Okay, and we'll move into some Crescent Moon. So bring your arms overhead and exhale to the right. And then inhale through center and exhale to the left. Feel that nice opening through the right side of your rib cage. And back to center. And we'll bring your hands down to your lower back as you inhale, look up. And exhale, come all the way forward. And we'll hold here for a few breaths. You can bring your hands to the back of your calves and give the extra little pull. Good, and then we'll roll up, inhaling. Take a breath. Okay, let's do some more moving in the front plane. We're doing a lot of front plane moving today, forward and back. So bring your right foot forward, left foot back, and square your left hip to the front. Okay, and your feet should be kind of on railroad tracks. And let's lift your left arm up. And we're going to move here with the breath. So exhale, bring your left arm down. And then inhale, palm up. 2 more times. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale, we're going to come all the way down and hold in our pyramid pose. You can bring your right hand down to the floor. And keep drawing your left hip forward and your right hip back. Bring strength into both legs. Ground down your back heel, lift your kneecaps. Good, and then on your next inhale, we'll come up and step to the front of your mat. Take a breath. And switch, left foot forward, right foot back. That nice position where your feet are hip width apart. Your back foot is sort of at a 45-degree angle. So we'll inhale your right arm up, exhale down. Move with your breath 3 times. And really feel the strength in your legs. It takes a lot of awareness and balance to do this. And exhale all the way down and hold in your pyramid pose, Paschimottanasana. Draw your right hip forward, left hip back. Feel the strength in your legs. Don't just collapse all your weight into your arms. Really feel that strength through your legs still. And next inhale, we'll come all the way up. And exhale to center. Roll your shoulders back. Okay, let's do warrior one. So bring your left foot back, right foot forward. Same position as we started, pyramid. And let's lift your arms up. And exhale, bend into your front knee. Good. Make sure your knee is right over your ankle, not too far forward, not too far back. And ground your left heel into the floor so that you feel that nice opening across the front of your left hip. Tuck your tailbone. Feel the strength of your warrior one for 2 more breaths. Good. Straighten your front knee and step forward. And exhale, switch. Set your legs nice and strong. Lift your arms up. And exhale, bend your left knee. Really open up through your right hip flexor. See if you can really sit down into that left hamstring. Good, and inhale, straighten. Exhale, Tadasana. So we're moving into column pose. So let's find our centers again in Tadasana. And lift your right knee to your chest and hug it in. And then bend and straighten into your bottom leg. So bend and push into the floor as you exhale. Feel that nice strength and balance through your standing leg. Good. Okay, and then let's switch. Hug your left knee into your chest. And once you find your balance, bend and straighten into that bottom leg. And you can always use a wall for this too. You can hold some support. One more. Exhale, push into the earth. Good, and release. Okay, so we're gonna move into a little modified dancer here. So now bend your right knee and grab your ankle. And this might be where you're at today, and that's fine. Maybe you can raise your left arm and work on your balance. And if you'd like, we'll move into dancer. So exhale, come forward as you raise your back leg. It's a nice one to open through the front of your body and feel the balance through your standing leg. Good, and release. And take a breath. Okay, let's switch. Bend your left knee and raise your right arm up. And there's a lot to work with here, so you can stay here, maybe holding onto the wall, or you can move into your dancer. Exhale. Come down with your front body as you open up through your left hip flexor. If you pick one spot to focus on with your vision to help you balance. One more breath. Good, and release. Shake it out. Maybe let's just kind of shake it all out. Okay. going to move into standing wide-legged forward fold. So let's widen your legs, toes point towards me, and exhale your body all the way down to the ground. Engage your quads, zip up your kneecaps, and enjoy this nice forward fold. Sort of counter that front body opening we just did. I feel like doing a little lion's breath here, so let's raise your chest, lift your chest, maybe up on your fingertips, and we're going to open the mouth, stick out your tongue, and exhale. 2 more times. Stretch your jaw. Good. Exhale, round all the way down. I'm going to walk your feet together a little bit. And inhale up. Good job. Okay. So we're going to do a little moving chair to get us down to the floor. So we'll inhale, open your front body. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. That feels good. Let's do it 2 more times. Open the front. Exhale, open the back. And this one, exhale, round all the way down. Roll onto your spine. Maybe do a few rocks on your spine if that feels good. And when you're ready, just come all the way down to lay on your back. Take a moment here. Take a moment to sort of feel the front and back side of your body. Notice if anything's opened up or if anything still feels tight. And let's go ahead and hug your right knee into your chest. Just draw your right knee down to your right shoulder. Straighten your right leg. Lift your heel up to the ceiling. Just open up the back side of your right leg. You can hold behind your thigh, or if you have a strap, that could be good too. Put over your foot. Okay, let's bend your right knee. Just hold your right knee and just do little circles. Bringing some openness to your right hip and your right SI, sacroiliac joint. Okay, and then let's switch. Bring your left knee to your chest. You can even think about drawing it towards your left shoulder. Relax your pelvic floor. Good, and then we'll straighten your left leg. A nice openness to your left hamstring, calves. Draw your toes back towards your nose. Good, and then bend your left knee, clasp over your knee, and do little circles. I really feel that in my sacrum and pelvic floor and low back. Good, let your left leg down, And then let's hug both your knees into your chest. Sort of even it out. Let's do Supta Dandasana. So we're going to just straighten both your legs up to the ceiling. You can have your hands down by your side or out to the sides. Feel the strength through your legs here as you work on engaging your quads to open up the backs of your knees. This is not as easy as it looks. Good, and then bend your knees, hold both of your knees, and we'll do the little rocking with both of your knees to sort of massage your sacrum and low back on the floor. Okay, so we're going to do some rock and roll. So we're going to come up to sitting. So rock and roll your spine front to back until you're ready to come all the way up to sitting. 5, 12. Okay. Let's do a little Janushirasana. I really like that pose. Let's bring both your legs out into the front and clasp under your left knee and bring it back. Okay. Square yourself to the front, to your right foot. And let's raise your arms up and exhale forward. Reach forward, maybe clasping your leg or your foot. Really think about drawing your chest forward towards your foot. Draw your toes back towards your nose. Excellent. And we'll switch. Slowly walk your way back up. Gently bring your left knee up and straighten. And then we'll clasp underneath your right knee. Draw it back. Place your foot the inside of your thigh. And we'll rotate your chest so it's facing your left foot. Let's reach up. Inhale and exhale forward. You can think about each inhale, you lift up a little bit, and then exhale, move even closer, your chest closer to your foot. You can do that subtly, or you can do bigger undulating movements. Just a way to use your breath with your body. Good, and we'll walk back up. And gently bring your right knee up and straighten out front. Okay, let's do Paschimottanasana, which is the ultimate opening of your back body. So let's press behind you to lift your chest. Gonna come up onto the tops of your sit bones. This might be where you're at today. If you round in your low back at all, I would advise not coming forward, but come up if you can get that neutral spine and get a little arching in your lumbar, then go ahead and come forward towards your feet. Lift your chest, reach your chest towards your toes, and then round on your next exhale. It's more about getting your chest closer to your feet than it is about getting your forehead to your legs. inhale. We'll come up slowly out of that one. Okay, and let's do a little opening to the front body, sort of counter that pose. So let's go ahead and do bridge pose. So we'll come down to lay on your back again, rolling down. Bring your feet hip width apart. And then press into your heels and lift your hips up. And if you'd like to, you can clasp your hands under your body, open your shoulders, lift your chest. And don't splay your knees out, keep your knees hip width apart. You feel that nice front body opening. One more breath. And exhale down. Good, and we'll roll to your side. We'll come up and we'll move into our moving table, which opens the front and the back side of the body nicely. Bring your hands behind you. Plant your feet. We'll move into bent knee table. Inhale. You can let your head come back. Exhale. Swing your hips through and tuck your chin. Do that a few times. Inhale up. Exhale through. Second. Go ahead and move with your breath. Really feel the openness through your front body and through your back. It's your last dynamic pose, so give it some effort. Exhale round, and when you're ready, rest. Let's shake your legs out. Excellent. Okay, let's come to the center of your mat. I want to do a little self-massage. If you have some oil, that would be great. I do not have some handy, but feel free to grab some if you want. So I thought we'd just do a little nice self foot massage, since today we're about balance and grounding, and the feet really help us ground into the earth and make us feel centered when our feet are alive and we have energy in them. So I just like to go ahead and take your fist and just start kneading the bottom of your foot. Good, and then you can, this feels really good with oil too, just rub the bottom of your foot with those knuckles. Our feet often get neglected, so it's nice to give them some love every day. Okay, and then I'm going to take my fingers and just rub around the heel and the Achilles. Make sure you get the inside and the outside of the heel. Okay. And then we'll just do some nice rubbing on the top of your foot, back and forth. Okay, and then take your fingers and place your each finger between your toes. This is actually pretty difficult. You kind of squeeze your fingers so you give your toes a nice stretch. Good. And then let's do circles, ankle circles. So you can always do this sitting in a chair too, if this position's not comfortable for you. And we'll circle the other way. Good, okay. Just do some last little bits of squeezing. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then let's just brush up from your foot to your knee. Good, okay, let's do the other side. So we'll take our knuckles and just do a little kneading on the bottom of your foot. And then take your knuckles and rub the bottom of your foot and the plantar fascia from the ball of your foot to the heel. Okay, and then we'll start getting the heel. So just rub the heel and the Achilles. All right, so we're with our left foot and we're doing some brushing up the foot. Okay, and then we'll do fingers between each toe. Good, and rotate. And rotate the other way. Okay, and let's do some extra little squeezes. And then brush up. Do some nice lymph drainage just by brushing your foot to your knee. All right, so let's find ourselves in a nice seated position. We'll do a little meditation. So we're going to do Hasta Pula Mudra, which is open hands mudra. So this one is great for non-stealing or ASTEYA because it brings balance to ourselves. So let's try it. Take your hands with some open palms, sort of cupped, and bring your hands to your solar plexus or your diaphragm. Okay, make sure your shoulders and neck are relaxed. And begin breathing. So feel as your hands are resting on your lower ribs. They kind of pulsate with your breath. So as you inhale, your hands separate slightly, just naturally. And as you exhale, your ribs bring your hands back together. We'll do a few breaths just feeling that. So we're directing breath or awareness and breath to our solar plexus or our third chakra, our diaphragm. This is our area of personal power. And when this area feels powerful and balanced, we feel like we have enough. Keep breathing. And as you inhale, visualize yourself receiving everything that you need to support your life. And as you exhale, visualize giving back to the world with fairness and generosity. Do a few breaths like that. Inhale, receive. And exhale, give back. Feel the palms of your hands as you receive and as you give with your energy and your thoughts. Let's gently bring the backs of your hands down to your thighs. Just do a few normal breaths. Through balanced giving and receiving, I live in harmony. Through balanced giving and receiving, I live in harmony. When you're ready, you can come down to your back for Shavasana. We'll just be here for a few minutes. Make sure your lumbar is long by tucking your tail. Draw your shoulder blades underneath you to open your chest. You want to feel balanced here in your back and front side of your body. Allow your eyes to rest back towards the floor. Allow your palms to open towards the sky. I invite you to stay here longer if you'd like to. Or you can bend your knees with me and hug your knees into your chest. Draw your left arm overhead or your right. Roll to that side. Just feel your weight into the ground for a moment. And gently press into the floor to sit up. Good. Come to a nice, comfortable seated position. Let's end with one Om together. So take a deep inhale. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.